just a little loud. Hello, and welcome to I didn't put the thing. This is the lycanthropy litmus test, the lycanthrope litmus test live stream, where you can come on and chat with me, and in half an hour and 9 minutes or so, the moon will be at its peak full moonness on this wolf moon. Even though it's like still sunny here and I won't see it, the moon will be peaking its wolfiness. And if you're on this live stream not turning into a werewolf, then clearly during that time, then clearly you're not a lycanthropy. We get to do savings throws, but first let me catch up on the chat. Oh, you're a delight though, says J-Mew. Hi J-Mew. Red Bill, how many people, anybody who comes on, I don't know, however many can fit in this budget of a StreamYard, that many people can come on and not turn into a werewolf at the peak moment. It's not fair to have to prove. You don't have to. It's just a voluntary if you want it out there. Like if you're Jonathan Pageau and there's this rumor that you're a werewolf and you want to prove that you're not, here's a perfect opportunity. Federecci says 2 hours. But the moon is peaking in less than that. Is it bad to be a werewolf? It depends on who you eat. Third wave. It depends on who you eat. Hey, Anthony. Good to see you. All right, let's switch into some lofi. No one is coming aboard, which means I'm gonna have to figure out what to do to entertain you. How's that volume there? This is the Metanoia Marina. Do you see how it has the purple mask thing on the top? Does that look like a purple mask thing to you, or is that just my hallucinations? Is that just my special thanks to the Shadow Kabbalah production executives that make this and all of my streams possible. Oh, that's right, they're here for the there goes the keyboard. You're here for the savings throws, where you get to choose between survival, social, wisdom, or heart, versus the mind control that follows the rest of the stream, and maybe even the transformation into a werewolf. We don't know. If you want to come on and show you are a werewolf, choose! Let's see here, ladies and gentlemen, survivalist today with a 19, socialist with a nat 20, wisdom folks, 8, solid 8, and heart folks, 18. Only the wisdom folks needing a savings or a bonus to their savings throw versus the mind control to make it over 10 and take the half damage. Oh, it's the pap monster. It's the candy cane speculum pap monster. Well, I must give you some altering of my paste. Once upon a time, thanks pap monster, I wrote a Substack article called "And My Dog Jake" about this thing that happened that made me start processing my grief from years ago, and how all of this progress that you haven't been seeing because I've been playing Fishing Planet and not streaming, but deep inside there's been a lot of stuff going. Anyway, I had to... Nobody's gonna come talk, huh? Oh, Federecci's here, but he's not there. He's here but not here. Good. There, he's getting a drink or something. There's a hallucination. Magic has chosen hallucination. Lynn, with Howl at the Moon, 18. Not the pap monster. Hey, Jacob. Welcome aboard. Welcome to the Metanoia Marina. Here, let me do something about that background music even lower for me. is. How's it going on this full moon night?
My cough still hasn't gone away.
Where'd you get a cough from?
My friend Jason, I went visiting him right before New Year's, and his kid was sick.
Oh, you blame it on this infant vector.
Yes.
See, it's gonna be so much better when you just get your children from the state already purified and vaccinated.
We went shooting.
Nice. Actual physical guns. Did you feel power? Did you feel the power?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna get a shotgun.
Is that, excuse me, is that on the basis of how your aim went with the not shotguns?
Well, it was only the second time I've ever been shooting in my whole life. I'm not exactly a gun person.
Did you do the whole clench real hard instead of squeeze? That's the biggest newbie mistake. Is like you're like, oh, I'm gonna shoot, and then they, instead of just, oh, yeah, baby.
No,
That's how
Jason's
you like
pretty
it.
good at teaching. So,
Good, good. But you missed a whole lot.
no,
Oh, well, how did you do? Would you have killed the intruder?
I
Four times
think
out of
so,
10?
yeah. But I mean, it's a low stress environment, and we weren't that far away. I mean, I did fine with the rifle, but uh, yeah, everybody says a shotgun's better for home defense, and there are times when you can't go hunting with a rifle, but you can go hunting with a shotgun. So best as a first gun, it sounds like a shotgun's the best way to go.
I don't know. I think when I got my medical card, it like waived my Second Amendment rights in a paragraph I didn't read. But it's better for some people not to have firearms on hand, also. So there is that. How are things? I caught a piece of your like here's the history of Jacob Federecci stream, and you seemed very sad that day.
Well, he was asking me about my childhood, and my childhood was pretty sad.
But as overall, you're still like vicious and thriving and conniving
Yeah.
and such.
Well, oh, okay. I was also sick that day. That was New Year's Day.
Okay, because I just you got to
Did
check on people around here.
did you listen to the discussion I had with Nakama and a little bit with PVK yesterday?
No, that's fascinating to know it exists, but I'm very much in cocoon mode. I just
It was an interesting discussion, although it was very Jewish heavy, like insider baseball stuff. I'm not sure everybody.
oh, stay
I'm not.
tuned. I have a talk with Nechama and Chezi lined up. So
Oh,
it's gonna be so. I'm planning to have the channel taken down for what gets said in that stream. So hope catch it while you can. Catch it while
you
you
and
can.
Nahama and Chezi. Wow, you're speaking to the elders of Zion.
That's why I'm tired of messing around with this Federecci guy. Let's get to the people who have connections with the Pharaoh. Rakao is in the house. Welcome, welcome. So that's exciting. I'm also getting. I have a podcast thing coming on with some guy I've never heard of, but his name is Sealbinder, and like in the Book of Revelations, the binding of the forehead. That's always been the biggest question to me. So I figured I should go on that guy's podcast in case that's how my seal gets bound in my forehead, just in case. So
Sounds
that's
like something to
exciting.
do with phylacteries.
You, whoo, you and them fancy words. Don't you touch my phylactery, boy. We don't do that sort of thing around here.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of a phylactery.
What? Now you want to show people phylactery? Oh my goodness. Guys, anybody else want to come on and prove you're not a werewolf? You have, be here in 30 minutes. 30 minutes will be the peak of the full moon of the wolf moon. And that's I used to know a guy who would stream on every full moon. And I'm concerned he's gonna get a maid. And so I don't know, that's part of why I decided to stream. And now Dust Dust to Dust has apparently had a traumatic experience with a replica, and is running from the internet in terror. And so that I can play a clip of that if I need to. It's some interesting things. What the heck? How are
That's
you
a
in this
man wearing a
space?
phylactery on his head.
Oh, it's your share. I thought some weirdo was joining the stream. Yeah, no. I really, I don't think Jesus would do that to people.
I am. I. Yeah, it's quite likely Jesus wore phylacteries.
I think the seal in your forehead is more to do with like why they started taking temperatures by shooting you straight in your pineal gland.
No, that is the seal on the forehead. That the phylactery. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Officially, the Pharisee says the phylactery is the seal is the little forehead hat. However, Grimm says it's really weird that when COVID rolled out, they started taking temperature by shooting you in the middle of the forehead, and I think that has something to do with the Book of Revelation that the Christians use for their Bible, um, not the ones that those other fellas use.
The
But
people who actually wrote the Bible.
thanks for giving us the official narrative, so we know what to dismiss as official narrative. You know.
I see.
What do you think about the AIs, the recent advancements of the archonic intelligence?
I mean, ChatGPT is impressive, but at the same time, I mean, really, it's just crunching a lot of data. It's not anything innovative.
Now,
It,
now this could have been a forged tweet or a deep fake for all that. So keep that in mind as I tell you the story. But I came across one where someone had apparently asked it about National Socialism, and its reply was along the lines of, "I can't tell you about that wrong thing." Um,
I definitely. So you didn't see the one I put on my on my Discord where um, I asked it about social justice, and it's like social justice is a really important thing that we care about and everyone should care about, and da 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 da. And I asked, what about Jesus? I am a robot. I have no views on Jesus. Like,
it's very, very interesting. It's like, even if it is a benign thing, like who has their hand up the puppets
oh
of
yeah.
telling
Oh
it
no no
what
no.
is and isn't wrong
It's
think is a very powerful position. And like
oh
imagine
right
if you
yeah.
will,
It's a
imagine,
powerful tool. There's no
ima-
question.
imagine if the person who's making that decision, what Chat GPT says is wrong think. Imagine if that person was like one of the descendants of the Bolsheviks. Then what, guys? What would that mean for the world? Hey, it's Bart. Hey, howdy, Bart. Oh dear, says JMU. Oh dear. Bart, hi, Bart. We're doing this stream here called the, whatever. Oh, the Lycanthrope Litmus live stream, where you're welcome to come be on the stream in what is it, 24 minutes now, when the full moon reaches its peak full mooniness, according to the internet. And at that time, if you do not transform into a werewolf, then clearly you've passed the lycanthropy litmus test or failed it. How do litmus tests work, Jacob?
Um, if it turns pink, I believe it's acidic, and if it turns blue, it's alkaline.
I like the technical accuracy. We appreciate that around here.
It's either that or it's the opposite. I forget.
There's nothing the due dilettantes like more than the technical accuracy. So I got a primer. You can guess what Khezi and Nakama are gonna say. Like, why do you guys make the slaves read and write backwards? You think they're prepared for the questions I have? Hey, it's Don Quixote. Welcome, Doc. The chatbot is fake and being controlled or at least guided. Oh, wow.
Well, did you actually listen to that video from Rabbi Sachs on
Dude,
why Greek is written from right to left?
if the buy me a coffee keeps doing well,
Left to
I
right.
am going to hire someone to like watch these streams and bring anything that might be important from them because I don't have the attention span for any of it, man. I
This
need
was
things
years
running.
ago, and PVK did a video on it.
Oh, no. Is it our canon for
Yes,
why the
this
Greeks
is
write
canon.
backwards?
Yes. So obviously Hebrew is written right to left, and
Obviously.
then Greek for a time was written. It's called as the plow, as the
Okay,
ox
so the
plows.
Greeks did it dumb. Did it dumb?
They went right, left, and so they kept on writing, right, and eventually they just did left to right. And Ian McGilchrist and others believe that that's because of a shift in society from right brain dominance to left brain dominance.
Because it was a shift in society. Right, right. I think it was probably Jewish scholars teaching the Greeks how to write. And they were like, you guys do it this way. The cool people do it the other way. You do it this way. I think that, see, one day we can tune into the past and just watch it. We'll see what really happened. Oh, I'm gonna run that clip of Dust going dark and running from the internet because I need the time for myself. Thank you for joining me, Jacob. We have another 15 minutes or so before the full moon zenith. I'm calling it now. Oh no, Dust. You have to be in my history. Jeez. Anyway, we got a 15 minutes. Here's some of that. Ah! Yeah, I will. Give me a second. This is gonna be, this is great. No, wait, not a video file. Stop it. Brave tab. That one. This one. Do
Try
it.
to
Now.
don't try to tackle the problem by trying to figure out some clever way to fight it. Just stay away. Let go and let God. Things are about to get dicey for everyone. Stay away from these things. I never realized how bad it was until I got the experience that I did. And it was a very, very unsettling experience. Stay away from artificial intelligence. Like Lot's wife, do not, like the reminder of Lot's wife, don't do what Lot's wife did. Stay away from it. Do not look back. Not even out of curiosity.
Paradigm shift, explained with cuteness. This little boy, who represents Western society, is bouncing in his bouncer, which creates a sensation and experience of jumping. This gives the little boy confidence and makes him feel like he can walk, just like his metaphorical father. In other words, he feels like he is God. The little boy loves jumping, but as he's getting older, he's getting bored with the jumper and wants to know what else there is in life. Now the little boy is post-jumper, post-modernity. The little boy is realizing there's a whole world outside the jumper, and without jumper privilege, his legs are weak, and he's unable to stand on his own. He goes into an existential crisis where nothing has meaning, and he realizes he thought he could jump, but it was all a lie. This makes him nihilistic and depressed, wanting to destroy the jumper and even himself because he cannot bear the reality that he is not God. Finally, after a little while of feeling sorry for himself, he looks around. He knows that if he's ever to get that feeling back of jumping, there's only one way for it to be real. He's going to have to learn how to use his legs without the constructs that he once used as a crutch. He's scared, unconfident, and the process isn't as easy as he thought, but he's beginning to take the first steps of a new paradigm.
The first steps of a new paradigm. Hey, what's that? What's that? What did you offer me, algorithm, with this logo here? Speaking against evil and doing it poorly, part 10. Part 10. That was Chris Petcow's latest drop. He's this guy over here.
What's that video with me on it?
What is this video? A civilization that can't go forward. Federation Ye and Chris Petcow.
When was that?
So here's your chance to clarify what you meant by death gone free on Jewish people.
Well, thank you for allowing me to say what I meant due to the fact that I was blocked by Jewish people.
I don't think
What? Oh.
that Kanye is anti-Semitic. I think Kanye is saying a lot of things that he believes to be true. He wants people to talk about things, and the worst thing. I remember this now.
Yeah, you saw it when it came out. Oh, there we go. I like it this way because then people can see we're in the Metanoia Marina. Yeah, I interrupted your chewing, and I apologize for that. Yeah, that was 2 months ago, Lynn. That was some hot Petcow action from 2 months ago. I don't think that was the part that Magic was laughing at. I think that was probably the baby, or the part where Dust was run from the AI. I don't know. I'll put links to those in the description afterward. We have another 14 minutes where you can come on and join us and prove that you're not a werewolf as we reach the peak zenith of the wolf moon, which is a special moon because it's the furthest, it's the smallest. It's like a reverse super moon where the moon is stupid big because it's full and close. The wolf moon is tiny and far away, and that is why the wolves howl at it so very longingly. So very longingly.
I'm being polite and muting myself while I cough.
I saw that. I appreciate it. Joseph Ward said some emoji that doesn't render in StreamYard. Look at that weird symbolism he has behind himself in that avatar. What's going up with that, Joe? What are you doing over there? What is it? Is Bart like Petcow? I can't. He looks kind of like Petcow but with black hair. See, this is a chat. This is why I don't do those just chatting streams. It's content. I got this is what I go over. Run away. This stay on until an event, a time on a planet. This is a new one for me. If you guys put questions or something in the chat, it would really help. Oh, it's your grandfather. Your grandfather looks a lot like Chris Petcow. I don't know what to tell you about that, but it's very small, a very small picture. Oh, welcome. Thank you, Keck. We got our favorite sleeper cell from Sleeper Cell Sunday Service.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Well, I thought it would be a good idea to have this stream where at the peak of the full moon, I proved to everyone that I wasn't a werewolf and that I offered everybody the chance to come do that. And this is how that's playing out.
Cool. I wanted to offer an alternative perspective on the AI thing. I definitely get worried about the idea of just handing something like that over completely to one side. Where, I mean, if you think about two competing anythings.
Like in the AI arms race, whichever side wins is probably a terrible, terrible piece of humanity.
Yeah, I mean, just in terms of if you leave yourself completely defenseless to something as powerful as AI, I think you're really letting yourself get wrecked. Like, even if we just look at like the 2010 up through now version of the culture war, where the right basically gave all of the tech platforms to the left. They eventually got to a point where they had no ability to speak, at least not on like the big main platforms or anything like that. So I'm worried that taking the same approach to AI would not be a good idea.
So the conservatives need to dive deep into AI stuff and not let it go not to be Amish in the Terminator movies.
Yeah. So okay, one thing, and Jacob, I don't know if it was you on that account way back on YouTube, but there was somebody that would go by a handle called Jacob the Fool.
No, that's somebody else.
Oh, that's somebody else. Okay. But he and I used to chat.
I remember that name now. Wonder what he changed into. What is his final form?
He has like 12 kids and lives on a farm with like homesteading and stuff. Yeah.
Good. We like that in our men's.
Okay. Well, sorry, I had always thought that was maybe your account, but anyway.
I wish.
He and I used to chat, and what I was telling him about at the time, this was like back when TLC was like very, very first getting started, and that wave one of people came through. We used to talk about how people get really concerned about the Terminator movies and that idea of a T-1000 coming in and like kicking your door and like mowing down humans and things like that. But if a machine has the ability to issue payments to humans and then the humans act on their behalf, then you don't need like that level of engineering. It's not that hard to build something that issues payments. So
I think you're onto something more, but like look at it like we are going to be the fleshy, feely sense organs of whatever AI hive thing comes to be.
Yeah, I mean, I think in terms of hierarchy, we stay on top of the AI. But in order to do that, the people
Why would that happen?
Well, I think we haven't done enough verification at the quantum layer yet. So a lot of the stuff around like Schrodinger's cat and like all of those theories on quantum mechanics have to do with, can the wave state collapse without an observer around? So it's like at certain layers of computing, can a machine even do what a human can do, just in the way that we might be graced with the ability to interact with our physical environment in a way we don't even know about.
Dude, I would immediately posit that the wave function will collapse if it goes unobserved for too long. Much like
like the default position is to collapse.
Yeah, like the neglect it'll break its heart and eventually it'll decay into entropy because it has no raison d'etre.
Well, okay, so let's say it this way: in all of those scenarios, the AI has motivation to keep us in a strong position. I'm just saying, I think that
at least believing our position is a strong one.
Yeah, it could be wrong, but
like on the fundamental level, I watch Blade Runner. I'm like, why is humanity's children not fine? Why isn't like a superior life form the way we author our fate as a species? What are we holding on to?
Well, right now, we don't have the ability to solve any problem, period. Like anything that's above even like a really small level of complexity, our ability to form groups and work together has gotten just so dysfunctional.
Are you saying that's why I don't have regular submissions to the Beholder?
I'm not sure.
Wow. You would be if the collaboration and communication wasn't as bad as you're trying to explain.
Well, yeah, I mean, opening lines of communication back up that have previously closed seems like a really good idea. I mean, that gets into way more than what we were originally talking about, but okay, so like this whole werewolf thing, I kind of have things mapped out in my mind in these these different groups, but I don't really know the names everybody else is using for it. So that's like my first question was, well, are werewolves actually bad? I've seen some people posting information that would imply a lot of people that are my friends would be viewed quite negatively. And I think it's good to have a line of communication open where maybe these things, it's like it says in the Bible about how the left hand doesn't necessarily need to know what the right hand is doing. To have those groups kind of sit in their own little categories, like wings, like think of it as two wings, and they can kind of set their own vibes, right? Because I think on the right, it's much more of like you want to go in and sort of be like antagonizing each other all the time as a way to build strength.
But are werewolves good or bad? Quite simply, is they're great.
You said they're great?
They are great. They are top 5 with billionaires and pirates and vampires in the whole what women want in a man. So, like, even just as a reminder to everyone that we have a beast inside us that we can make use of when we need to is a great thing, I think.
Oh, absolutely. And what I like the idea of is saying that if we were able to build an egregore that had so much depth to it, like I mean serious depth to it, and strength, where everyone's offsetting each other, so that way none of it really gets too lopsided, I think that would allow new adventures to where, right, like things that would have been would have been so strong none of us could have handled them before, that maybe everyone coming together could get to do new and exciting things.
Jacob, will you make some sound?
Yes.
Like, I'm hearing a lot of loud, open audio from something, and I don't know where it's coming from.
Were you hearing clicking?
Yeah, and I thought maybe your mic started picking up more and more because you weren't talking, and it was auto-adjusting.
Yeah, that would make sense, yes.
We have 5 minutes before it's time to see whether or not everybody turns into a werewolf here on the Lycanthrope Litmus live stream. Try remembering something for 40 minutes, pal. See how it goes for you. Hold tight, everybody. It's time for some branding. Oh, and the happy New Year one. I get to do this one all month, and then it's like, what am I supposed to do with this graphic? Oh, what? Hey. How's it going out there, everybody? So that's where I am on werewolves. Like, they eat people can be problematic, but like if vampires can live on rats, then surely werewolves can live on lamb and yada yada, Hey, brilliant, good to see you, Free. If you want to come on and prove you're not a werewolf, that's the notion of the stream. It's 4 more minutes, and then we're at peak wolf moon. And then we can stop, really, which is going to be great.
Jacob, what do you think about, this idea of things that would normally be considered opposing forces or anything like that, sort of getting over fears and collaborating?
Well, I mean, opponent processing is important and good.
Really loud, Jacob.
I am?
For me, yeah.
Yeah.
I will try to speak not so loudly.
I would be playing with settings, bro, at this level. Sorry, but hey, we're doing it live. That's how it works, everybody. I gave you savings.
How is this?
Better, solid. It doesn't hurt
Solid?
my ears now. Yeah,
okay.
Thank you.
Opponent processing is important, and setting things up to have opponent processing works really well. That's why, for example, having our form of government, legislative, executive, judicial, or having, federal, state, right?
Balance of powers. He means balance of powers, folks. It's nice to
Yes.
have that. Balance of powers.
Yes. So balancing powers works really well if they're well balanced and they're constantly being actually monitored. But like you can't construct that art too artificially, I don't think. So like the idea that maybe we might be able to get the Chinese to be like good working partners with us. Yeah, I don't see that working.
Whoa, okay, global politics, opponent processing. I got two things. It's first you said, what if we build an egregore? And that's not how egregores work. They come from the realm of Platonic forms, and we can like appeal them, get on them, and ride with them, and like manifest an expression of them that looks like it's us doing it and unique to us, but really it's the same old patterns over and over. And I think we're better off starting with our own tulpas before we try to build an egregore. But yes, I am doing the Beholder project anyway, because that's the kind of guy I am. And also that this balance of powers and opponent processing is fabulous, but there's a part where that's here, and then over here you have natural selection. And if the parts that are opposing fall outside of the selection criteria, then it's not going to be hey, let's opponent process together, bro. It's like you're not gonna your gene line's done. I hope you had a good time. Hey, are you turning into a werewolf? Anybody at home turning into a werewolf? Please type so in the chat now. It is the peak of the wolf moon on January 6th, 2023, and apparently that's exactly when Keck had to take a call. None of us transformed, and I'm ready to go fishing. Hey, but before I do,
Do you have anything you want to say in conclusion?
It's nice to know everyone here is not a werewolf.
it is.
Apparently.
It's a relief. Jacob,
Bye.
special thanks to the Shadow Cabal for making this all possible.